We have here the 2024 Specialized Crux Comp in a size 54, weighing in at 19 pounds, 6 ounces. And in kilos, 8.77 kgs. Stay tuned to after video. We have a free buy sound test on these alloy wheels right here. Thank you. Hey, how's it going, everyone? GC Performance here, back with another video. And today I have for you guys the 2024 Specialized Crux Comp Carbon here. This bike retails for $4,000. This is size 54, and as you guys saw, it came right in around 18 to 19 pounds. Specialized just changed this bicycle model up from last year, from the 2023 to 2024, and they made some great changes, including taking down some of the price point, but also adding on an extremely nice group set that is way more capable and definitely I think a better bang for the buck in terms of value of what you get for a gravel bicycle. This is by far one of the better priced bicycles that Specialized makes. It's right in the middle of the range at $4,000. I know some people will call it really high end, but in terms of relevancy in the market, you get a really good value on this bicycle here, and it is a very capable bike. Everyone knows the Crux now. It's been the same bicycle for about 3 years. Everyone's rumoring that there might be a change to this bicycle, but a lot of people like this bicycle, similar to why they love the Athos. It is such a capable bike. You have the non-proprietary 27.2 rounded seat posts. You have the exposed cables here in the year 2024, which some people might find kind of old school, but a lot of people like it because of the fact that it's so easy for maintenance-wise. They can work on their headset bearings at home. They can travel with this bike very easily and put it inside a backpacking case. There's just so many things that this Crux does right. And on top of that, it is a very lightweight bicycle. In the world of where everything is now seeming to go aero gravel, Specialized still does a really good job at making just a very functional gravel bike that has a capable of a really wide tire, and then also has the capabilities of just being stupid lightweight that will help out, especially in terms of riding in dirt, gravel, mud, climbing stuff, whatever you want to do. It's a really, really cool bike based off the Specialized Athos. So in today's video, I'll talk about what they changed from 2023 to 2024, and then also I'll just go over the rundown of this bicycle. So let's get into that right here. So basically the biggest change they made from 2023 to 2024 is this group set. Last year on the Crux Comp, it was $4,200, and it came with SRAM Apex 11-speed mechanical, which a lot of people gave Specialized flack over. I didn't like it that much either. It came with a threaded bottom bracket that was a GXP. It was a GXP crank on there, and then it was a 1x11 system that was kind of outdated. And everyone thought for $4,200, it definitely was taking the piss out of some customers. But this year, they listened to the consumers. They came back, they lowered the price by $200. They kept the frame the same material of their 10R carbon. They kept the same wheels, they kept the same tires. And then they just added on the new and improved group set that just got released by Shimano, the mechanical 12-speed GRX, which is their dedicated gravel group set that is more than capable of doing things, whatever kind of job you want to tackle. And a lot of people, especially for gravel, like the mechanical shifting for the reason of they can make these adjustments, they can make these changes, they can go on these long backpacking trips and be able to still work on their bicycle out in the wilderness. They can bring 2 or 3 or 4 gear cables extra with them. They can bring an extra derailleur, whatever they want, and they can still work on their bikes and make everything kind of function and work if they have a problem go awry. They don't have to rely on batteries or recharging it. So this is a great group set. This group set and also the 105 mechanical is definitely seeming to be the people's group set right here. So a 12-speed group set, mechanical. It looks very flashy also as well. The GRX crank looks amazing. Specialized did a really good job at putting a way better group set on there and lowering the price as well. So I'll go over all the details on this group set in just a second, but we'll go through our whole walkthrough of this bicycle. And it does come in this beautiful pink color. I mean, this kind of has like this pink to a purple sparkle fade with this kind of lime monster green here, which looks really badass. Very, very cool stuff. So starting off with the cockpit on here, we have a Specialized alloy handlebar in a 31.8 clamp size. It is a gravel bar, so it does have a flare for the dropouts. It's a 42 centimeter bar in here. I made a video in the past. Hopefully these bicycle manufacturers start narrowing down their handlebars. We're starting to see a more and more trend of people going to a narrower bar, and maybe like something like on this size bicycle in a 54, go to a 40 centimeter bar. I think a lot more people like that. You do get some nice Supercaz bar tape on here. You get a little bell. That way you can yell at people on the trail. It's just for show, guys. I'm not leaving that bell in there. This bike's sold right. I'm just showing this off for you guys. But yell at people on the trail. Get the hell out of the way. I'm trying to win first place. That kind of stuff. We do have our own Specialized stem as well. It's a 100mm stem on here with a regular Crux top cap on here as well. For the shifters on here, it's the brand new Shimano GRX mechanical group set shifters. The GRX hoods always have this kind of no niche to it. They have this more aggressive stamping on here to give you a little bit more grip while riding. So that way when you're riding on single track or you're riding on rocks and roots and stuff like that, you have some more aggressive grips on here, which is nice. They're a little bit more bulbous on the mechanical side of things. They have the hydraulic hoods in here, but a nice wide paddle on the front so that way you have something to grip on. And the shift levers are angled a little bit more in and towed in a little bit more to give you that little aggressive gravel sweep on there. Going down to the front of the bicycle, we have the Specialized logo in green, and then we have the Crux front fork there with a little Crux badge right there. For the wheels, they give you the DT Swiss G540s. Yep, the G540s here. These are an alloy wheel by DT Swiss with just their own DT Swiss hub and rounded spokes. Nothing crazy, but they are kind of bomb-proof on here. They're built very nicely. They are tubeless ready as well. They do give you tubeless valves to put inside here. These tires are tubeless ready. All you have to bring is your own tubeless fluid, so it's pretty cool in there. For the tires, they mount them up with these skin wall Specialized Pro Pathfinders and a 700 by 38C tire. I'll give you guys a recommendation. The S-Works Pathfinder tire and the 700 by 42C tire is one of the best tires out on the market. If you're watching Unbound, if you're watching any kind of gravel race, you'll see people who are unsponsored by Specialized running their S-Works Pathfinder tires and that 700 by 42C tire. One of the nicest tires I have on the market. And the reason for that is because one, it's so stupid lightweight, but two, their pattern for their tread is very nice. You have a very slick, smooth surface right here in the middle for ergonomics while riding on some flat, hard pack gravel. But then you have this nice aggressive sawtooth kind of bite on the outside to give you that grip and a little bit more bite for some control on the trail as well, which is very, very nice. So that is a nice option. For the Specialized Crux, you can take up to a 700 by 47C tire, which is massively wide. And then you can go all the way up to a 650B by 2.1 tire as well. So if you want to put on your own 650B wheels on here, change out your wheel size, change out your wheel width, and go do some single track, you have the ability to do so, which is very cool. Again, like I said, the Specialized Crux has a lot of capabilities on there in terms of tire configuration. For the wheel on here, it's just going to be a Shimano 105 or GRX rotor and a 160mm center lock. For these Cruxes, you can only have a 160 on here. You can't change it to a 180, you can't change it to a 140. It's because of this proprietary fork mount right here as well. You do have the GRX front disc brake caliper right there, and then you have their, this is coming to seem to be a theme now for all Specialized bicycles. This is their new and improved through axle rotor. It came first on the Specialized Athos, but this was their version of a lightweight rotor. A lightweight through axle. Very, very light compared to some of the aftermarket stuff out there, and it's very, very sturdy as well, so they did a really good job with that. Look, you got a nice little Pathfinder, new little logo on there, looks just really cool. Going down the frame here, we have all these exit ports for these cables. You have the front for the front brake. You have the rear cable that goes through the down tube of the frame. We have the rear brake that goes through the frame as well. This has a little barrel adjuster here if you need to adjust cable tension for that rear derailleur, because it is a mechanical shifter on there. You have the option to as well. You have a Specialized logo going all the way down the frame. These bikes do have a threaded BB on here, so it's a BSA threaded bottom bracket in Shimano that takes up to a 24mm spindle with this bicycle model. You do have an extra water bottle cage storage down here, which you can put an extra water bottle or put a keg storage down here to put your tools or whatever nutrition you want inside there, which is very, very nice. Going on over to the other side, we have, if you ever do want to make this Di2 as well, they do have a cover plate that comes included with this bicycle. You take this off and it covers up here, so that way there's no more cable exterior port here, which is also very nice for the consumer. For the water bottle cages, we have one right here, one right here, and then we have their Fact Carbon 10R, which is going to be their second highest level of carbon for the Crux. The top of line Crux is going to be an S-Works Crux, which comes with 12R carbon, just stands for 12R, which is 12 road, and then 10R is going to be the next model. If I have to guess, I think the S-Works Carbon Crux, which is 12R, is 725 grams. And I think the Pro frame is like 850 grams. Look it up though, it's just a little bit less. This is lighter than some road bike frames out there by other companies. You can also make this 2x, shout out to Outdoor Bros on his YouTube channel. We've done some 2x builds on here, but you can put a front derailleur on here, put a braze on, you have a little exit port for a cable or a Di2 wire right here. And then you have here the GRX crank on here, which I believe is a 172.5 crank with a 40 tooth chainring on here. This bicycle can take up to a, I want to say like a 48 tooth for the front chainring on here. Maybe a 50 tooth if you throw a wide spindle on there, but keep that in mind. You have a GRX chain on here, I'm sorry, an XT chain And then you have an XT cassette in the back, which is a 1145 tooth XT cassette in there. So a much bigger range, and you have a ton of options in terms of gearing that you can go on here for whatever you want to tackle. For the rear derailleur, you have your GRX rear mech, which is updated, which you still have your little tension right here, which you can switch this on to make sure that this cage has a little bit more tension. So right now this is off, or you're going to get a little bit more of a smoother shift and less derailleur cage tension. You flip this on, it's going to make this kind of tight, similar to how SRAM is. This is much harder to push now, and that way you don't get chain slop, and that way you get a more affirmative shift on the top. So it's just preference to that. I'm sure SRAM has some kind of patents out there which you can't do so, but now you have an option to do so that works around the patents on there. And then for the rear disc in the back, it's a 160mm Shimano rotor with a GRX rear adapter as well back there for the caliper. For the tire in the back, it's the exact same as the front. It's the Specialized Pathfinder Pro and a 700/38C with a skin wall. And again, like I mentioned before, it can take up to a 47C tire on this bicycle, which is always nice. Here's a nice rear shot of this bicycle. Nice wide clearance for a 38C. More than enough clearance for that rear stay as well. And then the through axle right here in the back, which is very nice. For the seat post on here, you have their own lineup by Specialized. It is a carbon fiber seat post, the Specialized Terra carbon fiber seat post. Stupid lightweight, but also a little bit more robust. It can handle up to a heavier rider as well. It's meant for their gravel collection. Anything you see that's Terra is more for gravel collection. 27.2 seat posts, like I mentioned before, so it's very easy to find these seat posts. If you ever have to take this bicycle for backpacking, you have very easy stuff to go ahead and find and fix if you need to. For the saddle on here, it's a Specialized Power Comp with a chromoly rail and a plastic body. Nice wide saddle with a nice cutout to allow blood flow, which is always good. But yes, this is their Specialized Crux Comp. That is a $4,000 bicycle in a size 54, and this is the model for 2024. I think they did a really good job with this bicycle, and it gets a lot of people in at a competitive price point for a carbon fiber frame with a really good group set for gravel riding, and it does not hinder you at all. You throw some carbon wheels on this bad boy, you got yourself a bicycle that will ride for a long, long time. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Here comes this Freehub body sound test on this DT Swiss wheel with a G540 rim and their own hub on here, right? Wow. Wow. Good stuff, guys. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.